All right, you've been detained severally by Buhari, and you have defended VDM, Very Dark Man, fought for just causes, and fearlessly critiqued the government. Who is Deji Adeyanju, and what gives you the courage to continue as a social crusader?
Well, sincerely, I'm just displeased. I've said that in the next election I'm not voting, and the reason is simple. If my one deciding vote is what will make Tinubu lose, let me stay in my house. Because you see, it's more or less like a protest. In the last election, I voted on Sowore. And I'm not seeing change. I'm not even seeing the people that should know better making sacrifices. So why should I go and stand in the sun and waste my time when it almost looks like I'm fighting a lost battle? I'm disillusioned, I'm disappointed that the things we fought for many decades ago are still the same subject matter. I'll describe myself as someone who is just displeased with the system, who is just angry with the system, who is reacting. I'm very reactionary. Because when I say something, like when I watched the APC primary, I was so furious. I was so furious. That was the day I said I'm not voting in the next election. Because I'm like, why are these people still coming out? Is it that they are not feeling the insecurity? Is it that they are not feeling the maladministration? Is it that we are the only ones in this country? I was asking myself, what could be the motivation for this coming out? How much did they mobilize? What was shared or what was promised to be shared? So it's a situation where you are living in the same country where people are being beheaded and others are telling you that, no, this is the best government after sliced bread. So I'm conflicted about majority of the struggles we have fought for, about the sacrifices we have made. And the reason why people are bastardizing our democracy is because these are people that have never made any sacrifice. That's why Akpabio can be doing the things he's saying. And those guys in the National Assembly, they've never slept in a cell for one day before. So they don't understand what freedom means. Because when you talk about freedoms and the democratic ideals that have been written in our Constitution, they are not just mere words. They are concepts that affect daily living and daily life of citizens. So it's until you look at the people going to be legislators, people that go there to go and struggle for contracts, people that go there to go and blackmail people, people that go there to go and look for money for constituency project. Are you in National Assembly to be doing constituency project? Is that the reason why you are in National Assembly? You're in National Assembly to go and legislate. There are many of our legislators that cannot even do a draft of a bill, proposed bill, first draft, not to talk more final copy. So we have reduced the bar in terms of leadership, prerequisites, and accomplishments. Look at, you ask somebody, what is your job? What is your profession? You say politician. Is politics a job? Is politics a job, for God's sake? How can anybody say politics is a job? And any society where people are saying their profession is politics, you expect them not to steal. You expect them not to loot. You expect them to work for the people. Politics cannot be a job. When you are asked what is your job, it's that you say, I'm a pharmacist, but I have passion for governance or politics. Therefore, I'm just representing my people. I'm sacrificing to represent my people. Oh, I'm a medical doctor. Oh, I'm an oncologist. Oh, I'm a lawyer. Oh, I'm a scientist. Oh, I'm a journalist. Oh, then you just go to National Assembly once a week to make sacrifice for the country. You go back to your office. But when you turn politics to a full-time paid job, the only option or the only thing they see is free money. And free money is not sustainable. And that's why you see many of them, when they leave politics, after a few years, they're looking like some reject, societal rejects. And so until we begin to elect people that do not see politics as a job, but as a hobby, our nation will never progress. So I believe, I'm guided by the principle that I'm here to correct the societal ills. Anywhere I find myself, I was on the road driving when the former IGP tried to do enforcement for this third-party enforcement for motor vehicle. And the police stopped me, they were trying to enforce. I was dissatisfied, I went to court to challenge it. And we won. We won. My Lord Honorable Justice Yelwa agreed with us that the police or any law enforcement agency do not have the right to enforce third-party motor vehicle insurance in Nigeria. It's only the court that can enforce such a law. or impose a fine. So whatever I see wrong, I challenge it. And I'm currently challenging several other things in court because I am fighting for myself. I'm fighting for myself. I'm fighting for a society where I can live, I can thrive, I can at least breathe. So if in the process I fight for the rights of others, so be it. But above all, I will not see things that have not been done well and keep quiet. So that is what has guided me over the years and will continue to guide me in the remaining years if God so pleased that will be around for a while.
You are VDM's lawyer. You are Sowore's ally. If you had to choose one man to hand the activist movement to in the nearest future, who will it be?
It will be Sowore.
VDM or
Sowore any day, anytime. Sowore. See, every society needs an Omoyele Sowore. Every society. Sowore is that person that, even if you are his worst enemy, any day you suffer injustice, he will come to your aid. Any day you suffer injustice, he will come to your aid. And that is why, I was in a difficult situation where I was begging the two of them and appealing to two of them that no, we're all on the same side. We can never be seen to be antagonizing each other. No matter who you are, once you speak up for other people, I will never, ever do anything to undermine you. The reason why I'm pained, why sometimes I have to come openly, when I see the moves of Sowore sometimes and I get moved to tears, and I have to come out openly to talk, is because I know how painful it can be. When you have laid down your life, you have done everything for the people. Look at this so-called movement that will be enjoyed in the last election. If it was Sowore that enjoyed it, Sowore would have won. Because Sowore is a fighter. Sowore does not run away from battles. He's somebody that is truly willing to lay down his life for what he believes in. And I have been privileged severally to come close to him when he has almost lost his life. And he had no regrets. No regrets. You need such a courageous person to lead the country.
Don't you think that Sowore can do better if he starts maybe from the House of Reps or from the Senate as against the president? Because you acknowledge also that given Nigeria's situation, it's difficult for him to win the presidency. Don't you think you can also encourage him to consider House of Reps, Senate, begin to make laws that his impact will be felt more than looking at the highest office?
It's not in my place. If I had my way, I know what I would advise. It's not in my place. Sowore is an old man. It's only in Nigeria that someone like Sowore will still be seen as a young person. Sowore is in his 50s. For God's sake, majority of these leaders destroying this country, they were in position of authority leading this country in their 30s, early 40s. Sowore is in his 50s, late 50s. So how can somebody at that level, how can I be demeaning him? And it's just that Nigeria is an abnormal society. It's an abnormal society where the absurd is normalized. But if truly people want change, VDM means well for the country as well. He's somebody who is genuinely passionate about the country. He wants things to work, and you have to give it to him any day, any time as well. That if given the opportunity, people like that will excel. But Nigerians don't take people like that serious. Nigerians prefer to take the big thieves in the country serious. The people that have the capacity to share 10 trailer at Salah, 10 trailer of rice at Salah. Those are the people that Nigerians take serious. Nigerians discriminate. And they discriminate against people that can help. And they favor those who cannot really help them. So the more big you are, and the big in quotes is when you have billions, or you are perceived to have billions, that is the more Nigerians will take you serious for public office or governance position. And it is most unfortunate.
Yeah, let's wrap up now. Is Nigeria redeemable? And if your answer is yes, what will be your 2 cents to Nigerians as we head to 2027 elections?
Sincerely, because I'm not coming out to vote, so I will not have much to tell people. I'll say people should still vote. People should do what they believe in, vote for whoever they believe in, as fragmented as the options are. People should still vote, but me, I will not come out. But whether Nigeria is redeemable or not, I think yes, Nigeria is redeemable. And I'm usually a pessimist, but I'll be optimistic on this one. The reason why I'm always a pessimist is because I always like to tell myself the truth so that I prepare myself. Like, towards the build-up of the 2023 election, I already started encouraging myself that Tinubu is going to win. I should prepare that because there's going to be a lot of suffering. So I started mentally preparing myself. So I didn't want to delude myself about what if. But yes, at the back of my mind, I kept praying that, what if, but I already prepared myself. Why I said it is redeemable is because if you look at, contextually speaking, if you look at America, at some point, the gangs used to run many parts of the U.S. Their situation was worse than ours. You had the mafia, you had the casino people, you had all kinds of crazy people, running show. You had a lot of segregation based on the race, color, skin tone, and all that. And this was not like 300 years ago. This was just this was just in the 90s. You understand? So, and look at what America is today. A black man became president of the U.S. Look at the kind of technological advancement. Look at if you commit a crime, within 24 hours in America, you'll be arrested. Before, crime was normal. People can't even dare speak up, because if you speak up, the gangs and the mafias will come after you and they will assassinate you. So, but America put systems in place like witness protection, rule of law, and so many other things. So I don't think we should completely give up on the country. I sincerely think that what we can do is to prepare the next generation. Because yes, there are a lot of blicks and a lot of negatives happening in the country. But we must still, and to change every society, all you need is just a critical mass. You don't need everybody. Just a few people, and that their heart and their head is right, then you can actually fix things. So I wouldn't give up entirely on the country. Yes, I know that it can be extremely, extremely frustrating out here, but I want people to still persevere, to not give up, to keep believing that yes, the needful can still be done. I believe that if we get elections right, that every other thing will fall in line, because all we need is one right leader. We have seen nations that have done it. Singapore has done it, and several other countries, Malaysia, several other countries that were like us, third world. Like I usually say, Nigeria is not underdeveloping. Nigeria is not developed. There is no state in Nigeria that is developed. No state, not even Lagos. Because when you travel, you realize. That's why when somebody say, I want to be president of Nigeria. Nigeria is 774 local government. You were governor of 21 local government. You couldn't even, the state is still like a glorified dustbin. And you want to now develop 774 local governments when you could not develop 21 local government. So we must look for people that can really develop Nigeria. Not politicians, not people just trying to occupy an office. Buhari just wanted to be president. Tinubu just wanted to be president. That's why he said the Miloko. You understand? We must look for people that want to. And in my view, I believe that younger people have a temerity, they have the will, and they have the brazenness. You need somebody that is brazen, that will come, and people will now pay for what they have done to this country. There must be repercussion for bad behavior. But until we get to that point where people can actually pay for their bad conduct to the country will not develop, because you have to set precedent for doing the right thing and also punishment for doing the wrong thing. So I believe that the country needs to get to that level before we can get it right.